Welcome back to the More in Common podcast. This is a place for genuine, authentic conversation where we explore the fact that we do have more in common than that which divides us. And this is your co-host, Keith. And today is the first episode of 2020. 2020, we've dubbed it a decade possible, and we are now releasing seasons. And today is the first foray into season 1 that we have named Pursuit. So we have 8 episodes that'll follow this. We are going week over week, so we'll be at you much more consistent. Well, not more consistently, but more frequently. But then we'll have a break with some episodes like today.
Rapid fire. So we got this thing that we do before every conversation. We have 9 questions that we ask every guest, same 9 questions, and we use it as a way to break from all the stuff that's happened in the day to that point and to really get into our brains and just thinking differently because, well, we like to do that. And the questions are pretty random. They're not stuff that you would typically hear every day. It's not like we're asking, what's your favorite color? We're getting a little bit more random than that. So in this coming session, in this coming episode, I should say, you're going to get to hear some of the answers to at least one of the questions. And who knows? If it goes well, we'll do more down the road. Thanks.
All right. So we're gonna start with rapid fire.
Okay.
My 9 questions. These aren't used in the actual production. This is bonus content. So later, one day when we have a huger following, I think we have like 700 followers now on our podcast.
That's
so
gigantic.
It's like growing. Once we have patrons and whatnot, we're gonna have a get to know our guests more and some of the questions.
That went from 13 in May to 700.
Wait, are you
as
serious?
of yesterday.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's on our podcast app,
just on
Podbean.
That's
That's just on Podbean. We don't know iTunes and all that, but yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
you don't get that
gave us some
information from
marketing.
Apple?
It was awesome.
It's somebody needs to create one thing to rule them all. iTunes holds their stats. Google holds their stats.
Yeah.
So every pod catcher player has their own stats. So you have to go collect them all. But it's just nobody has time for that.
Yeah.
We're not
Do you
Tim
have
Ferriss
to?
yet.
Do you have access to that information from Apple, or you have to pay for it or request it, or
Subscribers to iTunes, it's harder. I don't know if we have that data. Yeah,
That's just
because I think you have to
Supposedly
pay for more.
it's going to get
It's just-
better with
it's
this
just
new.
like-
You know how they broke up iTunes?
Yeah.
oh right, yeah.
And now it's like
Apple Music
movies,
and-
music,
yeah.
and now podcasts. So
Yeah.
supposedly part of that's going to be better statistics.
I mean, they still represent like 40% of our downloads, so they're definitely a decent amount. So it's good though.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very. I'm
So-
sorry I derailed us
No.
into how frustrating the technology is.
Oh,
Yeah, we
have a
just
whole conversation.
we can podcast about it. Yeah.
It's infuriating just because that's bullshit. They have by the second, by the square foot data on exactly what everybody is doing at all times.
Oh, for sure.
Except when it comes to proving who watched what or who listens to what. That's just bullshit.
Right.
That's just they don't want you having.
They don't
your
want you
own-
to have it because it's power.
That's right.
They realize
that's
it's
all
right.
it is.
there's 5 microphones in this. One of them's always hot.
Yes.
We have one guest that we'll be releasing here in September. I did research on him before the episode, and now I get ads for him all the time.
Oh, of course.
I know the guy.
I bought those pants. I already bought those pants. Thank you.
But you know what? You are right. I do want to buy another pair.
Yeah.
You are correct.
I'm the
Amazon.
last person you should be advertising these pants to. I'm the guy that already bought them.
Maybe a belt.
Maybe my brother. Yeah.
I'm already in. We want you in more, sir.
All right. Rapid fire.
I'm going to rapid fire you.
And then we'll do about an hour and 15 minutes. We'll be done by 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock, before 1 o'clock.
Great.
Yeah.
Free association.
Okay.
First thing that comes to mind, it can be long, it could be short.
Okay.
We tend to not interject ourselves.
Okay.
We're just taking notes.
Great.
And we'll use it later, maybe.
Okay.
All right. Number one. Justice.
First thing that comes to mind. I don't know why, but when I think of justice, I start thinking of female empowerment for some reason. I don't know. Like, all the problems we still have, sadly, with discrimination as female business owners. That's what I think of justice. Still, how we're fighting for, it's 2019, almost 2020. We still have those issues sometimes.
So number 2, social justice.
Social justice. I just think about what's going on in our communities right now, presently, and the lack of justice. When I think about social justice, I think about the lack of social justice that's going on.
What keeps you going?
Being in the trenches with people.
Sorry, just gotta write that down. Did you write it down?
I write everything down.
We kind of have one brain, so it's like being interviewed by one person.
There will be about 4 or 5 moments where we ask the same question.
6. What keeps you going?
Didn't you just ask me that?
Yep.
Mindfulness, Rodney.
Be present.
Be present.
Is what she's telling you.
But I can answer it again in a different way.
Could you phrase it in maybe another language?
Like
7. Told you I had a hard night, god damn it.
What are you interested in right now?
Abundance.
Welcome back to the More in Common podcast.
Hey guys, producer Ruf here. Just to let you guys know, you were listening to a rapid fire episode for More in Common just to start off our season. We thought we'd try something a little differently. I know you might be fiending for a hour-long intimate conversation on the social constructs of society and what it will do to the future generations within. But give it some time. We figured we lighten up the mood a little bit, give you guys a little bit something that we usually do at the beginning of every episode, and focus on that for a little bit. It's not long, I get it. However, I do feel like giving you guys a peek behind the curtain definitely suits, it suits my style because it was my idea. So let us know what you think. Leave some comments behind. And don't forget, this is the decade possible. That's what 2020 is all about. And this entire first season is all about pursuit. The More in Common podcast. Don't forget to catch us at More in Common Pod. You can catch us with our episodes, our merch, and our blog. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. So we'll see you next week.
3. What's your favorite book to read or gift? Or gift?
Title? A New Earth.
A New Earth. Do you know who wrote it?
Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, Eckhart. Yeah. Oh.
Yes, sir. Most inspirational book I've ever read.
I already see some places this is going. What keeps you going?
I think
every single day is so beautiful and life is so short. And is always children's make you keep going.
Do you have any tips for navigating difficult conversations?
Listen. I think we learn more by listening than by talking, and we don't do enough of that. And deep listening, and not just listening, but being present. You can listen and not be present. And I think that we are very attached to all of this beautiful technology stuff. And the greatest gift, in my opinion, one of a few, is the gift of your time to someone. And so if you're not present, you're not listening, you can't deal with a difficult situation. You can't even deal with a happy situation because you can't even remember what the hell somebody told you because you weren't paying attention. So to me, I think listening and understanding also that most of the time problems are about fear and shame, and it's usually not about you necessarily. It's about them and something that they are actually dealing with, but it's either projected onto you or it's, you know, a case of a codependent and a narcissist or somebody who's got, you know, issues of alcohol, you know, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So like, speaking of books, I'm reading a book right now called Codependent No More.
It's a great book. I read it 6 months ago. Does that not? You started talking, and I was like, that sounds like a book.
I'm like, I've had this conversation with Rodney before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fixer. I like to help people. I have the empathy gene. I have an empathic sense. Like, it's So like,
if I may, Drama of the Gifted Child.
Okay.
If you're liking that book a lot, check out that book.
Check it out.
Gifted Child.